Hey everybody, Crystal Johnson here with the Millionaire Launchpad, wearing my Freedom tank. Oh yeah, baby. I want to talk about finding your purpose and really talk about how if you are searching for this, if you feel lost, you feel confused, like you're making money, you've been successful, but you still feel unfulfilled, you feel unhappy, you're like, well, I should be happy, I should be this because I have all these things, or I have this. And like, I want you to stop, one, denying yourself that feeling of discontentment, allowing yourself that feeling of unfulfillment and being like, interesting, my mind, my soul, my body is trying to tell me something greater than myself is trying to tell me maybe I'm off course, I'm off path. Like, it served me in the past, but it's no longer serving me. So that's the first thing, is getting really tuned in to what's going on for you, and then allowing that to come up, because so many people, I know I did this too in corporate America, made good money, it was easy for me, I was deeply unfulfilled, I was deeply unhappy, so for the longest time I just ignored it, or I would just like jump to different sales jobs. I was in corporate sales, so I'd go from one sales job to another sales job, so at least it'd be exciting and new for a little while, but then the same feelings of like, ugh, is this it? Like, is this literally like, it's just making money, and spending all this time and hours at a job I don't like I don't get it. And then like popping out some kids, and then like just then really being trapped and having, because I have even more responsibilities, like, and then they're with me for, I don't know, like, I just do not understand the whole traditional path. And if that's you, that's fine, and you can change at any time, regardless if you have kids, you don't have kids, but it's just like your level of responsibility change, right? And so you just have to be a little bit more smart about how you do things as you increase your responsibilities. The younger the better, you single, you're not married, you don't have no kids, woohoo, that's when you should like jump in, y'all. But for everyone else, this is important for y'all to know, is if you feel stuck and you feel like unfulfilled, but you think you should be happy, you should be content. Like I felt so guilty for the longest time in corporate America. I'm like, dude, there's people starving. There's people like that are out of work, and I have a good job. I have a good boss, blah, blah, blah. I have good benefits. I should be happy, and I felt guilty for feeling miserable. Don't feel guilty for your feelings. Don't feel guilty for feeling miserable, even if you feel like you should be happy. That's the first thing. Listen to yourself. What's going on there? Allow yourself to go there instead of like just ignoring it. Two, then what I find after that, after you actually own like, okay, interesting, I'm not really satisfied with where I am. Now I don't know, like, what do? I don't know what to do. Like, here I am. Great. I really envy those people who just like woke up one day, or they were kids and they're like, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a police officer, and now they're those things and they're happy. For everybody else who's probably watching this and you're like, I don't know what I want to do with my life, I don't know what my purpose is, here's the second big thing that I see that people do besides ignoring their feelings and just suppressing them because they feel guilty and they should be happy, right? The second thing is that we're taught this message of like the one thing, right? The one purpose, the one big thing. There's a book called that, The One Funnel in the Online World. You're one funnel away. It's like all of this pressure, right, from the messaging and on ourselves to find that one thing. And here's the truth, y'all. Here's the truth, that you can have several purposes. You can have several things. And everything that you've done up to this point today while you're watching this is helping you get to your next purpose, your next chapter. I feel like our lives are like books. We're all writing our own book, okay? Some people's books are interesting. Some people's books are boring. You decide how you write the book. You are the author and the hero in the book. And I feel like the different chapters are the different milestones, the different lessons, and our purpose is sprinkled out, right? It's not one big thing. And here's what I'm going to help you. Everyone, the best analogy I can think of is when you have a camera, DSLR, Nikon, or whatever, Canon, and you have a big lens, and when you zoom in and like it's like macro, is that right? Macro, and then you see like the bee on the flower and all the details of the bee, right? Like that's the one thing, like you're focused on that one thing. And so we're all looking for that one thing and putting all that pressure to, and you know how much longer that takes to like find that one thing? Instead, you should zoom out, make the picture bigger, Now I see a bee, and I see flowers, and I see trees, and I see my dog, and I see a river, and I see grass, and I see, whatever. I see all the things. So now I can be like, interesting, what direction do I want to go? What's calling me? So maybe it's not about being so specific on the one thing, especially if you're feeling lost and confused and overwhelmed and you thought you were supposed to go this one direction and now you're like, great, I feel lost and stuck again. Then I want you to zoom out, give yourself permission to zoom out and be like, okay, let me look at the broader context. And I want to give y'all some personal, so this is stuff that I was journaling today, right? I was reflecting on today because I was like, what are things that I'm proud of? Like freedom is a big thing. So I'm like, what areas of my life have I given myself freedom? And then what areas of my life do I still not have freedom? And I'll tell y'all an area for me. Even though I don't work a 9-to-5, even though I have my own business, I still don't have freedom in feeling like I'm aligned with my purpose, right? And it's not like me finding one thing. It's me like changing the zoom. It's me zooming out. So here's me zooming out as an example. I want to, and being honest with myself, even though I have no idea what this looks like, it's like so broad, it's so generic, and I want you to give yourself to go there, to be broad and to start generic. Like you don't have to figure out your one thing. Clarity is a process. Clarity is a process, right? It's not like, yeah, you might have an idea one morning you wake up or in the shower and you're like, that's it. But I'm going to tell you, you've probably been thinking about this or working on this and journaling and introspection to get to that one idea or whatever it is, right? You've been doing the work. Clarity is a process. So here's some just personal journaling that I was like, this is my broad vision. Allow yourself to have a broad, generic vision. Here it is. Speak and teach. Speak and teach. Deep inner work. Inspire, possibility, vision, stretch people, psychology, the science of the mind. What did I write? It's easy, small steps, helping people take small steps for big outcomes. Inspire. And then I was like, how do I want people to feel? I want people to feel excited and challenged. I want them to feel challenged. I want people to feel so incredibly good about themselves and where they're at. I want people to believe in themselves, to be drawn to their desires. I want them to connect and say, by golly, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go after my desires. So, okay, that's what I just journaled. And so that's pretty general and broad. And I just want you, and obviously I'm doing this, y'all, because I'm kind of like, where am I going like in business? What do I really, really want? Because I feel like I've been going against the stream. And I know for me, when I feel like I'm going against the stream, something is off. Right? Something is off because I'm honest with myself and I'm aware of what's going on. And I'm like, not, so many people will be like, well, shoot, I can't let that all go. I invested all this money, all this time. I have to keep going against the stream. It's like, no, man, no, like that served its purpose. Everything you learned, everything that you did in that particular pathway, that particular business, that particular job, that is going to serve you for your next level. You just have to start trusting that whatever you've gone through, whatever you learned, it's not like you starting over. I hear that all the time, y'all. Well, I'm going to have to start all over. No, like you're not starting all over. You have so many more skills. You've become a different person. Like I wouldn't even recognize the person I was 5 years ago. I'm a totally different person. Totally different person. I was like a very unhappy, miserable person that happened to have money. Like, woohoo, like that's not the purpose, right? Like, yes, we need money. And yes, you should make money from your purpose, I believe. Or at least that's what I teach. Maybe your purpose you can't make money from, but maybe I'm not the best person to listen to because I believe you can make money from your purpose and you should. And you should contribute beyond yourself. So those are the three things, y'all. Become aware. If you're feeling unfulfilled, if you're feeling detachment, if you're feeling like not happy, stop feeling guilty for feeling those things because you don't think you should. 2, allow yourself to zoom out and be able to be broad. Reflect and just think like broad. You don't have to have the one big thing, the one big purpose. Just be like broad. Like allow yourself, give yourself permission. And 3, you're never starting over. You're never starting over. Everything to this point has served you to get to the next point, to the next chapter in your book. Much love and freedom, y'all. Bye.